everybody, welcome back to the channel. So I finally got a chance to go out and see Captain America Brave New World, and I gotta say it's not that good, kind of like some of the reviews were. Before we get into my review, be sure to hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video and subscribe to the channel for more reviews, and be sure to check the links in the description below to help support the channel in other ways, like buying my book. Alright, so let's get into my review for Captain America Brave New World. Alright, so let's start with the things that I do like, and there's not that much, but there's a lot, actually, some good in here. So, personally, I think Steve Rogers is Captain America. He's my Captain America, and Sam is Falcon. But the Falcon and the Winter Soldier show, I think, did a good job at passing the shield to Sam and showing why he could take on the mantle of Captain America. So I like that we started this movie with him in the white suit from the end of the show. I like that, but then he switches to the blue suit, which is more of like a traditional Captain America suit. So I do like that. Like, we had both suits, because I really don't like it when they just have like these one-off suits at the end of their shows, and then we never see that suit again. So I do like that they brought it back for this. So this suit has like all of the tech. Like, he has even more tech, I think. So it's, it's the Wakandans made it. It's got the vibranium wings that can like cut through like cars and metal and stuff, which is actually kind of cool. And then he has like the kinetic energy release thing like Black Panther. He's got like little boosters like Iron Man. And he has like two of the little red wing drone thingies. Plus he has the shield. So like, even though he doesn't have the super soldier serum, they've totally upgraded him in terms of tech. Like, he's kind of like Iron Man meets Black Panther, which is kind of cool. But again, to me, that just makes him even more of the Falcon. Like, he's just like, has like, he's doing all the same things he did as the Falcon, just now he has the shield. But, so I don't know if I still buy him as Captain America, and I gotta say, this movie didn't really do much to make me believe this is our new Captain America, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But I really do like all the upgrades, like the boosters, I think, help. The vibranium wings are really cool, so I do like all of the upgrades. I also like that we're finally addressing the Celestial out of the ocean from the end of the Eternals movie. I actually like the Eternals, and so this is actually what gives us the adamantium. So apparently, whatever Cersei did to turn the Celestial into rock, it created adamantium in there somewhere. Maybe there's adamantium out in, the rest of the universe, and because they're Eternals, they know that, and they can add in, I don't know. But there's adamantium in here, so obviously, Wolverine's going to be coming. And we get actually a cool aerial fight over the ocean around the Celestial, and it was kind of a cool concept. It was a little bit confusing at times, so I don't think it was really shot very well. So I think it was a cool idea. I just don't really think it was executed like visually that well. But it's still like really cool, and like just flying around, and like at one point like Sam like lands on the Celestial, and he just looks like so small, like Ant-Man, because it's so huge. So that was actually pretty cool. Also, I do like including Isaiah Bradley, played by Carl Lumbly from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier show, so we're kind of continuing that a little bit. Carl Lumbly's great in the role. I really believe that he's like this old man with super soldier serum and super soldier powers. They do mention that he was like Captain America, but like in secret, and I don't know if they just mean that in terms of like he had the super soldier serum and he was doing what Captain America did, like when Captain America had the Howling Commandos, or if he like actually was called Captain America at that time. They're not 100% clear on that, I think. But I think it was really good to include him. I just wish that maybe he had been more part of the movie instead of like kind of just like thrown in jail and sidelined a little bit. Like, I wish he would have, like, he's like the, the driving force. Like, him trying to assassinate President Ross is like the catalyst. But after that, he's just kind of sidelined. So I wish we could have included him a little bit more to kind of fill out his story a little bit better. If this had been more of a Sam Wilson as Captain America story, rather than a sequel to The Incredible Hulk, then maybe Isaiah could have played a bigger role, bigger part, maybe could have brought his grandson back. So just kind of help flesh out his story a little bit instead of like these drop lines here and there. So, but then also we have the Red Hulk that comes in at the very end. And I like him jump through the White House. Like, I think he looks really good. I think Harrison Ford does a great job at playing this new kind of version of Ross. And you kind of like can imagine like him playing Ross like from the beginning. And so I think it was a pretty good transition. Like, he's not doing William Hurt, but also you still feel like it's the same character. So I do like Harrison Ford in this role, and he has really good chemistry with like Anthony Mackie. Like, they work really well together. I also like the small former Black Widow character, Ruth something. I thought she was kind of cool. They didn't really utilize her too well. She could have done a bit more, but overall I think she's kind of cool, and she could have maybe we could bring her back again. And then of course we get a small cameo of Bucky, who is running for congressman or something, basically revisiting the themes of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Does Sam deserve the shield to be captain? Whatever. It's a good scene, though. I like seeing Bucky pop up because it just makes sense, right? Okay, so now that that's out of the way, let's kind of get into some of the bad. And some of the bad is pretty much the whole plot of the movie. So it feels kind of like a sequel to the Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV show, but also a sequel to the Incredible Hulk movie, which is like from a long time ago and nobody remembers. But also to try and set up Sam as the new Captain America. But then it includes this character Sidewinder and the Serpent Society, so it's kind of just doing a little too much. They've sort of taken what they think they wanted to do with Sam Wilson and his own Captain America movie, and then combined it with a sequel to The Incredible Hulk because they want to get Red Hulk in. Even though we have no Bruce Banner, Betty Ross does show up at the very end in the cameo. There's hardly any mention of Bruce Banner, really. He doesn't show up. I feel like as soon as we find out the leader is involved, maybe we should be calling Bruce Banner, right? Like the expert in gamma radiation, to like maybe take a look at these pills. I don't know. It just kind of does feel odd that we're doing an Incredible Hulk sequel without the Hulk. And also, why are we shoving that into a Sam Wilson Captain America movie? Like, if this had just been like Sam Wilson, Captain America, like, and Serpent Society and Isaiah Bradley stuff, like, and you know, like this sort of spy thriller thing, maybe that could have been really cool. But throwing in the leader with this weird plan that's just all about probabilities and kind of goes his way sometimes. I mean, he's always shouting out probabilities. To me, it's 50-50, like whether or not his plan's working out half the time. So. And then he just turns himself in at the end. Anyway, I don't like the look of the leader. I thought it was it wasn't too grotesque, but it was just grotesque enough that I'm like, I don't like that. They should have just maybe gone with a simple big head instead of this like warped brain looking thing. I don't like that. I do like that we're picking up what happened with Samuel Stearns and what Ross did to him. I do like that, kind of continuing that thread. So this movie does kind of pick up on some loose threads, which I guess is a good thing. But yeah, everything with the leader I thought was kind of bad. The general plot was kind of bad. This whole, war between Japan and the U.S., and there's other countries involved, but Japan's the only one like holding out or something, and so they have to fight over the adamantium in the ocean. I guess. I don't know. To me, that just doesn't... I guess it's technically politics, but it doesn't feel like suspenseful or like there's any stakes to be had. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel very climax. And then the climax is fighting the Red Hulk. And so it's like we have the Sidewinder character, we have this fight with Japan, but then the Hulk is the Red Hulk's the big bad at the end. Just feel like this movie's like throwing too much. Sidewinder is kind of just a side character. Like, hardly does anything, just here to shout exposition to us. I mean, they mentioned the Serpent Society, so maybe they could always bring these things back. I just wish it was a better made movie, and maybe 2 movies, I don't know. Maybe you do save the Incredible Hulk sequel stuff for a different movie, and you just focus on Captain America and Sam Wilson's story, because his story, I don't think really, again, it kind of just a retread of Falcon and Winter Soldier in this movie. So I wish we would have maybe really firmly established this is Captain America, this is Sam Wilson. He also has his new Falcon, the sidekick, who was also in the show. He's alright. I don't really like the look of his costume, though. I thought it would look like Boba Fett at first. And he's okay, and apparently at the end they're both going to be the Avengers. Like, Sam's going to start the Avengers, and this kid who like fell out of the sky and has been Falcon for like 2 days, he's going to be in the Avengers. Ms. Marvel better be in the Avengers then, because she's got more experience than this kid. So he was just kind of there to me. He didn't really stick out too much. He's an okay. So, yeah, but I just wish this movie would have just really solidified Sam as Captain America instead of retreading a lot of the themes we had in the show, and then also doing something completely different with all this Red Hulk leader stuff. But it's not the worst MCU movie, I don't think. Like, it's definitely towards the bottom for sure. But I don't think it's the worst. Like, it's down there with Thor: The Dark World, which I kind of enjoy to an extent. It's down there with... it's probably better than Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. It's, it's fine. It's not great. But it's definitely not... it's definitely down there at the bottom of the lists. But there's some good stuff in there, like I said. I like the new suit for Sam. I like the fight scene at the end with the Red Hulk. I like addressing the Celestials, and I like the idea of addressing the leader and everything. But the action wasn't really that great, but seeing Sam in the air I thought was really cool. And I actually do like his flight suit helmet that he has when it just kind of comes on every time he takes flight. And I think that looks much better than that weird cowl thing that he had at the end of the show with the white suit. That looked ugly, but also it just makes sense. Like, if you're flying in the air, you're going to need a helmet. So he should have had a helmet this whole time, I think, flying in the air. You're going to get hit by a lot of bugs, so I like the helmet. I think it looks nice. So there's some good in this movie. A lot of it's just kind of plot, and honestly, it's mostly just kind of boring. So it's not like it's actively bad. It's just kind of not very fun. It could use a little bit more of that Marvel humor. It doesn't really have that. So, yeah, it's an okay movie. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Did you guys really like it? Some people really like it. And if you do, great. Let me know what you really like about it. Or did you maybe not like it like me? Again, it's a thumbs down, but I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. So, anyway, thanks for watching the video, everybody. Stay tuned to the channel for more Marvel content. And until next time, I should have took the serum. Bucky's full of shit. Bye.